Hello, class. We have made it to week 16 exam week. So, if you're getting this message, you've come a long way. You're probably tired, exhausted, and ready for the semester to be over. And hey, it is over. The weather is getting to be beautiful. So, hopefully, you'll get to be able to spend more time outside. So, I wanted to end this week, I guess, in the semester is what we're doing, with the final notice to say congratulations for making it through. By now, you've received comments on your research project. So that was a lot of work. So congratulations on that. Man, some of them were huge, really exceeded my expectations. All of them were pretty good. So I was happy to see the final results. I don't know if you could have predicted that you would have done all that work at the very beginning of the semester, and maybe had you realized what it would take, you might have bailed out sooner, or maybe you said, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." It's really hindsight, but you did something very difficult, and now I think you know you can do it, and so hopefully you've got that experience for you to be something that you can draw on and make the rest of your life a little easier. Because hey, say I made it through this composition class. I can write this paper, or I can do this. So hopefully it builds some confidence and some experience, because that's what we need to help further us through our academic careers. Uh, so for this week, only two things to do, and that's it. Um, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to disappear, which is a good thing, and just focus on our Blackboard class. So we have two major things. We have to write our capstone paper and a final discussion board. So our capstone paper is worth 100 points. All I'm asking you to do is read through your presentation comments from your group members. Those will be very useful. And then read through my comments from your research project. To do that, you'll just click on the view complete of the research project. I could put a link in here if you want, but if you just go into the major writing assignments and go to the research project and click on view complete, and then click on the view, you'll be able to get to the comments. If you're unable to figure that out, send me an email and I will help you figure it out. But my system works differently just because I have the instructor view, so I can't do a tutorial. I'm sorry about that. You'll use these comments for your capstone. Your capstone asks you to address 5 or 6 things, right? So rather than writing just a formal essay, I'm asking you just, you can just write presentation bullet points, and that is fine. Try to have complete sentences. You will have some areas where you will need citations. So the capstone, 6 things for you to do. First, look at your comments from your presentations. Did your group members understand your project? That's a pretty simple question. Yes, they understood my project. Please write that in a complete sentence, but it's going to be very similar to discussion boards. Based on these comments, what did you need to do to convince any skeptical group members? Or what do you need to do? So think about what else you have to do. You've had a live test of your argument. Now you get to go back and say, okay, here's what I need to fix. Did any of these comments or responses surprise you? If they weren't, well, that's wonderful. But if some were like, whoa, I never thought of that before, or that's just way off topic, how? Sometimes things get derailed, conversations get derailed because people think you mean something that you don't. So how can you maybe adjust your writing to be clearer? And then for your project, I gave you a list of questions, somewhere between 2 and 5 questions for you to address in your capstone. I want you to address them. This will be the biggest part of your paper for the capstone, depending on how many things I want you to address. You might need to use additional research. I highly encourage it. So we're doing kind of the final research, the final say. And how does addressing these questions make your argument stronger? Then finally, a works cited page for any news sources used to support your capstone. So anything that you use and cite in this paper needs to be listed in the works cited. You can write this however you want. I'm not picky about that. And it's going to be due this Friday, May 8th. Then we have our final discussion. It's part reflection. The final discussion is just a way for me to get a little bit of feedback on the course, but I also want you to think about how you've grown and learn a little bit in this course. Because yeah, it's been a long 16 weeks, really long. And we've done a lot of work. You've written a lot of work. You've read a lot of stuff. I want you to think about how you've grown as a writer. I want you to think about and let me know anything that I shared with you, had you read, that had an impact on you, because that's important to me because I want this course to be something that speaks to you, that you're interested in reading, something that has some sort of lasting quality to it rather than just forgetting and say, ah, whatever, who cares? Um, what do you think you're going to do to continue your growth? How are you going to continue being a better writer, better student, better researcher, better arguer, better citizen, whatever it is you want to think the end goal is? And for just a little fun question, if you could start this class over again, what advice would you give yourself? Um, you know, hindsight again, it's 2020. Maybe it would be just to plan your time better, pick a different topic. And some of you probably got locked in a topic that you ended up not liking too much, and I'm sorry about that, but that's what happens sometimes. And then finally, some commentary. This is just more like a review. This is helpful for me if I teach this course again. So this semester we did a lot of group work because we had a large class. These are new. Was it helpful to you? Hopefully it was. If it wasn't, just tell me. That's fine. It's not going to hurt you. If you were in charge of the course, what would you change? Right? I hand you the keys. Fix whatever you want, right? What do you want to do? Just got to remember that we have to write a lot. So maybe, not say less writing because that's not really going to do anything. As I was saying, we did too much math in our math class. It doesn't work. That's the whole goal, is to write. Let's see. Is there anything else that I should have covered or devoted more time to explaining? So because I've taught this course a lot, I think I know stuff and I know what students need, but I can be wrong, which is fine. So let me know what you need more help with or could have used more help with. A lot of you, I think, asked questions, and hopefully that was good, but some of you were silent, and I don't know what you don't know. Let's see, number 4, in this course, I use a lot of video lessons and messages and email messages. Is there any other way I could have communicated that would have helped you understand the course materials or assignments better? So what could I do better? I'm not going to get like a TikTok or anything. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do any of that. But what can I use through Blackboard to make communication better? So if you felt it was fine, that's great. But if you needed something else, let me know. If you need me to like call you and be, send you messages and whatever, that might be too much for me to do. But let me know. Let's see. I try to keep busy work to a minimum. I wanted everything to have a purpose. Was there anything you felt was unnecessary or a waste of time? Don't say all of it, but if there is something that you said didn't feel was beneficial, just let me know. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Let's see. Finally, feedback. Did you receive enough feedback? Was it timely? Did you know how to find that feedback? Sometimes I worry about that. Is there any times where you really needed something from me and I didn't deliver? So that's a big question. That can help me later. And I'm sorry if there was a time where you needed some feedback and you didn't get it, or if you didn't know how to get it. That's why we have to ask questions. And then finally, any final comments, suggestions, or recommendations for me? Those are the big things. I do read through all of these, and I do implement changes to my course based on your experience. So that's really it. Thank you again for a good semester. I know it was a little crazy, but hopefully I was accommodating enough for you that you were able to get your stuff done, and you also felt like you learned something in this class. Otherwise, this can be the last you see of me. So good luck to you, and take care.